Hey YouTube, what's up? I'm doing something that I can guarantee you don't see every day, and I'm on Classic at the moment. I do have a Classic account just because in 2010 or 2011 or whenever, when they basically released Classic to the public, I did sign in. I don't actually have like a full-on Classic account that I actually created back in those days. So, I actually played this for about a week straight. Didn't even log on regular RS once during that time, just to play some Classic when this was first released to the public. And I haven't really played it since then. I wanted to check it out, and I know a lot of people haven't really seen much Classic, um, either just due to not being interested or not knowing too much about it. At the moment, there's only like 100 people total playing in all the Classic worlds combined, so obviously it's not the most popular thing. This game is much more difficult, and it's a lot more clunky than RS, but it still is a good game. This is definitely, hey, this is what we can all go to when the combat beta comes out. You don't have to quit RS, just start playing Classic. So there you go, right there. Anyway, what I did pretty much from when I started Classic till now is just I pickpocket these men here in Edgeville, and I take their bones and I bury them. And this is like how I get money, because I knew from playing RS that these things dropped herbs, and herbs are pretty useful if you ever wanted to train herb lore. I'm not really planning on playing this game really ever again, but just like I figured this would be a good thing to do. And then basically, if you fail thieving them and they decide to attack you, then you can just kill them, and that's how I got to what I'm doing right now, level 23 thieving. Really close to level 24. But one thing about Classic, it is much slower than RS. It does have the exact same amounts of XP between levels, but the reason why it's slower is everything's a lot harder to do, just because for one, the interface is so clunky, and for two, like all the best train methods that we have in RS today. For example, if you want to train thieving now, you go to either Monkey Knife Fighters or Pyramid Plunder, but back in Classic, neither of those existed. So if you wanted to train thieving, basically you pickpocketed men until you could pickpocket guards, and then you pickpocketed guards until you could pickpocket knights, and then you pickpocketed knights until you could pickpocket paladins, and then you pickpocketed paladins until 99. And that was like the best way to do it, even though it was terribly slow. But that's all you could do back then, because there was no better ways to train. And also it's very from scratch. So one thieving level up there. Even if you manage to meet other people, there's only 40 to 50 people at max on the world at any time, so it's very hard to trade with other people. So if you want to skill and stuff, you pretty much have to gather your supplies yourself. Although there is a RuneScape Classic forum, so you could probably find someone to trade with there. But for the most part, you have to gather everything yourself. For example, I got this. I got 20 attack. And since in RuneScape Classic all weapons have the exact same attack speed, the two-handed sword is the best, so I had to walk all the way to Taverley to buy one, because obviously the GE didn't exist back then. I know some people will be like, well, what would RS be like without the GE? Well, this is a pretty good explanation for it. This is pretty much as close as you can get, other than a private server, to what RS would be like without the GE. I guess I'll just show off my bank really fast, what I have on here. I'm not completely sure, to be honest, because as I said, I played this a lot when Classic was released again, and I haven't done anything since then. One thing that's really annoying is there aren't any left-click options for the most part. So if you want to bank, you just have to talk to the banker, and the stats page obviously looks pretty awesome. And yeah, there's no quick banking option. I know now you can just click on the bank booth and access your bank, which is really easy. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case back here in these days. So there's only like 4 bank pages, maybe 5, I think. So there isn't a whole lot of bank space. I got some shrimps here that I fished. Basically, everything here in the back of the bank, I got an Addy 2H for whatever reason. Everything in the back of the bank is stuff you have in your inventory. So like this iron, this cape, these bones, all those are my inventory, and if you want to deposit them, you go down here to click on it. For example, I have one of these herbs in my inventory, and if I want to deposit it, I click that. So yeah, I have a nice little collection of herbs. I have 15.7K. A lot of that was just given to me by some really nice person. Like when I first started playing Classic, there's people in Edgeville, a couple high levels, like what level 60 or so, which is pretty high for such slow training speeds, and they just gave me some money, so that was kind of cool. It is nice to see. I guess they're just encouraging people to actually play this game, because it would be nice, I suppose, to have a community. It would be rather difficult to just play a game when you're by yourself the large majority of the time. But anyways, everything in here is just like stuff I picked up from monster drops. I got these bronze bars from mining. I don't really know what to do with them. I guess I could go smith them in Varrock or something. And all the runes and stuff are from monsters as well. So yeah, thanks for just watching my short little video on Classic. I didn't really know what else to record today, so I figured I might as well do something different that people don't normally get to see. Yeah, so if you have access to a Classic account, I would suggest that you check it out sometime. And to be completely honest, I might actually start playing Classic a little bit if the combat beta does happen to come into the current game, because if I ever want to do some combat, I'd much rather do it on here. Anyway, yeah, that's all for this video, and farewell.